how important is it, and this is kind of like a leading question into the next topic or segment that I want to get to, which is Kokoro, and we'll explain what that is in a minute here, but how important is it to have a big goal, like a big, hairy, audacious goal to keep your, you going north or you going in the direction you want to go?
Oh, I think it's huge. I think goals, dreams are dreams, but they're just remain dreams unless you have goals and set markers along the line to achieve with them. They'll just always stay in the clouds unless you can pinpoint areas of, target areas to achieve. And, one of mine was, as you just mentioned, Kokoro, and that's a really physical, mental crucible done by SealFit out in California. And it's a 50-plus hour crucible done by the Navy SEALs, retired and some active Navy SEALs, where they basically put you through a simulated hell week. And, I just did that last weekend, and it was absolutely incredible. It took me a year and a half to train for it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, ever since I met you, you've been training for this.
Yeah, and you know what? I went out and I did it. I secured class 57, and I went out and I attempted to do class 56, the class before, which was in March, and there were 15 of us that lined up to take it on, and it was freezing out, and the cold was just it was its own enforcer, right? They could just get you wet and just make you stand there. And like I said, I had lost all that weight. So I think I was down to about 6% body fat. And I felt very confident going into it, but it snuck up on me. And after 30 some odd hours, my body was just not functioning the way it should. I was seeing double, and I felt like my next evolution was going to be in the hospital. I was on the verge of hypothermia. So I had tapped out of that one, and I'm grateful I did, because I came home, I learned from it, and something Unbeatable Mind has taught me is, they don't come wins and losses, they're wins and lessons. And so it really wasn't a loss for me. It was like, what did I learn from that experience? And how can I apply it to train differently and to approach life differently? Because the first time it really absorbed a lot of real estate in my brain too. And the second time around, I I laugh about it, but I tried to emulate best I could, like Bradley Cooper training to be Chris Kyle for American Sniper.
Yeah.
Like he had to gain 20 pounds in 10 weeks. It was something wild like that. And I was like, if I'm going back to Kokoro, I need to put on weight, because you burn about, I think, 55 to 60,000 calories during the crucible, which is a ridiculous amount. And they feed you and they hydrate you.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's
crazy.
it's an absurd amount. So you need some extra juice on you. So yeah, like I changed my whole program. I was eating like a maniac, like healthy, obviously. But I ended up putting on 15 pounds and went back. There was 45 people signed up. This is how it goes. Like, there was 45 people signed up for the event. 10 people paid and didn't even show up. Like they just.
It just
like,
sounds
that's how
good.
intimidated it is. Like, yeah, it's no. I mean, people can look it up, but it's one of the hardest civilian crucibles in the world. Like these are Navy SEALs, the elite of the elite, that are going to ferret into your mind, find your weaknesses, and get rid of them. Have you get rid of them. Like, they'll find them for you, point them out, and so that you can leave those weaknesses there. And that maybe that is feeling less than, right? So for me, it was like not feeling like a good teammate or whatever it may be. And I'll lead that in situation into what happened was like 16 of us ended up finishing. So there's your retention rate of how many people actually stick around.
So less than half. So 45 sign up, 10 people don't even show. There's 35 half of those finish. Not even.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's a big class that finishes. When I did when it was the 15 of us, only 6 guys secured. So it's like
still less than half. Yeah.
It's no joke, and it's not to be taken lightly at all. But so you have to be physically fit, and you have to meet standards, and then you're good for that portion of it. But then it becomes this giant mental game. You have sleep deprivation. There's water appreciation, so to speak. You're in the middle of the desert during the day. It's 100 degrees. You burn your hand on the sand, constantly doing push-ups and all these, do thousands and thousands of push-ups and burpees and all that stuff. And you learn so much from these people, and how to be a better teammate, leader, and how to learn to lead, and how to learn when it's time to follow. And the best example I can give is there was a young lady there who we called Smurfette. And she is a phenomenal CrossFitter, like one of the best in the country. And we got to the pool, and there was an evolution in the pool, and she was like, I can't swim very well. And I'm like, all right, well, I can. I love the water. So we did this one thing where we were treading water for a certain amount of time that can be uncomfortable. And she was hanging on. She was in tears. She was afraid she was going to drown. She had a bad experience as a child with it. And I was like, just put your hand on my shoulder. I got you. You're not leaving. Because if you go over and touch the side of the pool, the cadre is going to be like, come on out. You give up. And it's about that no quit. You just have to push through and find that next level inside of you. So me helping her in that moment, and then another teammate of mine came over and he's like, I got you on the other side. And she was holding on to both of us. She gets through that evolution, and we're like, way to go. You got it done. And next thing you know, it was like somebody put a rocket packet on her back, because she just went wham and took off. And literally became the leader of our crew for the next, 30-something hours. It was like we were doing log PT, and she's leading everybody in log PT. These are 300-some-odd pound logs they're putting over your head. And there's this 5'2" girl, maybe, if she's wearing heels. And she's just crushing it, and it's just like...
That's crazy.
That power of helping someone and then watching them explode. It's kind of like my story, where you go to that deep, dark part, and then once you can turn out of it, things just start to explode. And that's just the way life is going now. And I want to continue my discipline, my drive, and determination that I was able to display there, and take it into the next realm of my life, and be of better service to people, and just be an all-around better person.